take a quick look at that apartment. We'll discuss the significance of it shortly. There's a song I've been hearing a lot on the radio recently by Joe Keery called End of Beginning. You take the man out of the city, not the city out of the man. Well, I'm back in Chicago. I may not be waving goodbye to the end of my beginning, but I'm here to tell you my Chicago origin story, which, maybe fittingly, is not starting out quite so well. Thanks to the typical Chicago parking woes of street parking and apparently restricted parking on the one particular day that I decided to come down here. Welcome to the Belmont Cragin neighborhood in the northwest side of Chicago. And what I was only able to briefly show you, due to the lack of parking, was my first apartment. Well, my parents' first apartment after they had me. For about a year, maybe a little less, until my parents got me out of Dodge or got me out of Chicago. And I've been a suburbanite ever since. But yes, technically, for about a year, I did live in the city of Chicago. For reasons unknown to me, the neighborhood seems pretty nice, but they decided quickly that they did not want to raise me in the city. We lived with relatives for a short time until my parents were able to buy their first place, a mobile home in Des Plaines. Yeah, I am a proud mobile home kid for the next several years until right before I started kindergarten. We moved to North Lake, the house that I would live in up until I got married. I have absolutely no memories of this neighborhood or that apartment. I have some very faint memories of the mobile home. I met one of my best lifelong friends there. And while I do not have any memories of this neighborhood, I do have 8mm films. Silent movies of me as a baby. My mom pushing me in a stroller in this park that we are at right now. Welcome to Riis Park. I heard my mom tell me countless times growing up how much she loved to take me to this park when I was a baby. And it makes me think of Evergreen Park in Hoffman Estates, which I featured in a recent vlog. One that I used to take my oldest daughter to frequently, and we would feed the ducks. And yeah, kind of feel like that's the same vibes that she had here, even though I was only in this neighborhood for a very brief time. And yes, I'm wearing my Cave of the Mounts shirt. I've been interested in checking out this park for a while. It's a pretty big one. Lots of green space for sure. Definitely been getting some rain over here, that's for sure. Big old soccer field. Looks like a track field. Something under construction over here. And they have a community pool. Pretty big one too. seeing a community pool like that, a baseball diamond, a general city neighborhood, I always think of Hey Arnold. Yeah, I'm a 90s Nick Nut, but that's what I always think about. I always kind of wonder how my life would have gone if I was raised a city kid. How different it would be if I had to take the city bus, the CTA, to school like Arnold did. Some more construction going on here. Now, I haven't watched those silent films in many, many years, probably since I moved out of Northlake, but I distinctly remember my mom pushing me in that stroller, a very 70s, 80s style stroller, not quite all the same safety features as they do today, pushing me around this park. One of the last things that I want to check out is the lagoon that they have here. Ooh, this is nice. I think it goes over here. Oh, this is a nice area. I like this. Someone getting some pictures over there. Won't disturb him. Now that definitely makes me think of that park in Hoffman Estates. Alright, let's check out this little bridge, boardwalk over here. Whole bunch of turtles just hanging out over there. How awesome is that? We have a little standoff between the turtles and the ducks, or geese. Basking in the sun. I know they like that. Perfect day to be basking, that is for sure. Yeah, they're a little less annoying than the McKinley ones, I'll give them that. I do enjoy visiting the city, but the traffic and parking is something that I'm definitely glad I don't have to deal with every day. It is so convenient to get downtown with the metro, but once you have to drive into the city, even just a little bit into the northwest side where we are, man, it's a whole different story. The Kennedy was actually pretty easy getting in. Ended up getting off at Austin, headed south, and hadn't quite got to the whole construction area yet that they got going on the Kennedy. So that was smooth, but once you get onto the streets, even here at early afternoon, just so much traffic and people cutting in front of you. No. I was technically not born in the suburbs, but Spent way too much of my life in the suburbs to be able to kind of deal with that stuff on a regular basis now. No, I've said it already, but there is a lot of green space here. And that's really about all I can show you for my Chicago origin story. Yeah, I don't really have much else. And that's Riis Park in my old neighborhood. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram. Now I gotta deal with the Chicago traffic to our next destination. Thank you for watching.